chapter 19, verse 28, which most call as the triumphal entry, which is recorded in all four Gospels. As Jesus said this, he went on ahead, going up to Jerusalem. As he approached Bethpage and Bethany at the hill called the Mount of Olives, he sent two of his disciples, saying to them, "Go to the village ahead of you, and as you enter it, you will find a colt tied there, which no one has ever ridden. Untie it and bring it here. If anyone asks you, 'Why are you untying it?' tell him, 'The Lord needs it.'" Those who were sent ahead went and found it just as he had told them. As they were untying the colt, its owners asked them, "Why are you untying the colt?" They replied, "The Lord needs it." They brought it to Jesus, threw their cloaks on the colt, and put Jesus on it. As he went along, people spread their cloaks on the road. When he came near the place to where the road goes down the Mount of Olives, the whole crowd of disciples began to joyfully praise God in loud voices for all the miracles that they had seen. "Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord. Peace in heaven and glory in the highest." But some of the Pharisees in the crowd said to Jesus, "Teacher, rebuke your disciples." He said, "I tell you," he replied, "if they keep quiet, the stones will cry out." As he approached Jerusalem, he saw the city and wept over it and said, "If you, even you, had only known on this day what would bring you peace. But now it is hidden from your eyes. The days will come upon you when your enemies will build an embankment against you and encircle you and hem you on every side. They will dash you to the ground, you and the children within your walls. They will not leave one stone on another because you did not recognize the time God's coming to you." You would think that the Pharisees and those leaders and the scribes would have realized in the Old Testament that it's plain that the Christ would come and suffer and die for our iniquities. But the Jewish people still thought that during this triumphal entry, you can see it, and in all four accounts, they're waving palm branches. They're waving stuff at him. His triumphal entry into Jerusalem, they thought that their king had come to overthrow the Romans. They really thought that the Messiah was here. He's here to build an earthly kingdom and overthrow the Romans. But who would have thought after that, just a short while later, he would be betrayed by one of his own. He would be flogged by the Romans. We learn through Paul says that many times that he received 40 lashes minus one, which is 39. The Romans didn't have a stop. Most of them didn't survive the flogging that would happen. It would be so bad that it would tear the skin off their back. Then he would have to carry his cross, and then Simon the Cyrene helped him. He would be spit on. He would be mocked. He would be humiliated. He had 7 sayings from the cross that I'll get into in just one second. The nails through his hands. To breathe, he would have to lift up with the nails through his feet. Matthew 27:42, they said that he saved others, yet he is not able to save himself. And if he comes down from the cross, then we will believe him. Sounds a little bit like the second temptation of Satan where he said, "Throw yourself off this mountain." That's another temptation. But he said 5 things. Luke 23, or 7 things. Luke 23:34, the first thing that's written, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." He told one of the thieves on the cross, "Today you'll be with me in paradise." John 19:26 and 27, he looked at his mother and said, "Woman, behold your son. Son, behold your mother." Matthew 27:46, Mark 15:35, he said, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Which is a direct quotation from Psalms 22. But you think about it, Jesus' prayer life, God answered every prayer. This is the one time where Jesus felt like he was abandoned. John 19:28, he said, "I thirst." Matthew 27:46, he says, "It is finished." And Luke 23:46, he said, "Father, into thy hands I commend my spirit." At this point, his work, his agony, his sacrifice was finished. His humiliation, the work of redemption, the imperfect covenant of the Mosaic law, the great power of sin and Satan were all lifted. He died for the sins of a world. He gave his life a ransom for many. And to close this morning, Isaiah 53:4-6. "Surely he took up our infirmities and carried our sorrows. Yet we considered him stricken by God, smitten by him and afflicted. But he was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that was brought us peace was upon him, and by his wounds we are healed. We all like sheep have gone astray. Each of us has turned his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all." Let us remember these things this morning.